Hey, folks. How you doing? Not too boomy today, I hope. The light looks very nice. Very cool. Yes, yes, yes. Happy Saturday indeed. Happy Saturday indeed. We got a new thing. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. Oh, it's pulsing. Oh, no, it's because it's trying to focus. Got it. That's so bright. Anyway, got the little light here. Wait a minute. How about we put that a little closer? Maybe the cord's hidden then. Could put a little. Oh yeah, it's focusing. Yeah, it's there. Cool. It looks good. It's hard to see though. Should put a little like dome around there or something. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, guys, how you doing? Happy day before Easter, if that's a thing. Is that a thing? Is it happy day before Easter? I don't know. So, regardless, we have a box, and the box is from our friends at Great Traditions. I think I know what the box is. Boy, we have a lot of wayward tires here. We got to get these guys back on some cars. What are all of these? Huh. Extras from here and there and everywhere. I think these came off of the Avant slot. They need to go back on the Avant slot. There we go. 16 people. We're opening a box. I'm hoping. Hey, Clint. I think I know what car this is. I got a call from Rich, Great Traditions, and he's saying, hey, James. Hey, John. Yes, it is. Oh, baby. He said, hey, would you like to check out a car? I said, yes, I would like to check out a car. I'd always like to check out a car. Boom. Wait. Boom. Look at that, baby. Yes. The number 7. Make sure there's nothing else in there. Yes, there's nothing else in there. I am telling you guys. Yes. Tires. Exactly. The new Scale Auto. The freshest of cars. Literally right off the boat. Not the one that hit in. No, never mind. Too soon? Oh, man. Yes, this will have a magnet. Hey, Mike. Hey, everybody. Thank you for showing up on Easter Eve. If that's a thing, I don't know that that's a thing. I really don't think that that's a thing. Boy, that red light is really catching in my glasses. That's pretty cool, though. Neato. Oh, baby. This car. Oh, look. Old news. When was this news from? Let's see. Yes, the 963. Oh, it's very old news. Revo Slut BRM. GT2 Porsche, 3 liveries, Opel Kadett. This was from just a couple weeks ago. Yeah, slot at McLaren. Anyway, really got to take a lot of empty boxes out of here. So, what do we see? What do we see? We see a really detailed, beautiful little car. Hey, Brian. Cheers. Thanks for answering, Brian, or mentioning about being new in the hobby and, a year ago, et cetera, et cetera. I think it's great that you're in the hobby now. We appreciate new folks here in the hobby. And there we are. What does something smell hot? Does this smell hot? Ooh, this is hot. I think. Is that hot? Oh, that is hot. Whoa. Hello. Okay. We're going to get a little lower voltage for that one. There are some really, really driven in screws there. What options do we have here for different heads on these guys here? This is probably more appropriate. Yeah, there we go. Your 963 is waiting for you. Well, don't make it wait too long. It's going to get bored and leave. No, it won't. Your 963 will never abandon you. It's a good friend. Oh, get off of there. Get off of there. And great news. I don't know why people haven't mentioned this. New Revo slot, or not Revo slot, sorry. Thunder slot. It's all a slot this and a slot that, isn't it? New Thunder slot. Thunder. Thunder. Ferrari is imminent. Thunder slot have shown on their YouTube channel that they are going to be releasing the Ferrari Can-Am car this year. That I will be doing a news video probably maybe tomorrow about that, or this week for sure. I mean, probably early this week. So other people don't start talking about it soon who are to remain nameless. But yeah, we got that Ferrari on the way to add to our Can-Am selection. Of course, I don't have a flathead. Okay, what do we got here? Happy Easter. Yes, happy Easter, everybody. We have a beautiful, beautiful hypercar. I also changed the angle of the light reflector here, so it's probably better light on me now as well. Light reflector. Better light on the car. Yes, beautiful. We got kind of a Swiss cheese chassis going on here, folks. Look at that. Yes, Peter, they will. That's why there's a Peter Lafrano asks why or if Thunderslot might release a companion to the Mustang. 100% they will, or well, 100%. That was originally in the plans. Yes, that they do that. That's why the chassis is a generic chassis that it's on. It's a chassis that's not specific to the Shelby. There are parts that make it specific to the Shelby. Anyway, yeah, so Swiss cheese chassis. Interesting. They're shaving down any bit of extra weight they possibly can, aren't they? Holy crapola. Any I don't know what the release, when the release with that would be. I'm not privy to that kind of information. I don't know that I would even ask Thunderslot that. They may tell me, but I don't know. I doubt they would. What am I saying? They wouldn't tell me that, and I wouldn't. Yeah, that's no. Anyway, yeah, we have a extremely lightweight chassis going on here, and an angle winder. Obviously, the only configuration you can do with this would be the angle winder. No, the pit buildings are not homemade. The pit buildings are all the tower. These grandstands here from Skelectric. The pit building over there with the red flags is Carrera. These the smaller white pit building is Carrera. The 3 in a row with the double deckers, actually 4 or 5 in a row. Those are all gray ones. Those are from Skelectric. You can buy them possibly now. I don't know. I don't know if they are in stock currently, but they're all standard buildings from all these companies. And when I worked for them, I grabbed the samples. Well, some of them actually, no, most of them were sent to me after the fact. Okay, so here's the inside of the body. We have a very. That's fine, Peter. No worry, man. I have been given an indication, Peter. Peter Lafrano asks yet again about a running mate for the Mustang for the Shelby, the Thunder slot. I have been told what it may be. I will not say what I was told. I was yeah, I was told that when I was told about the Shelbys a few months before they were announced. Sorry, I can't talk about that. Anyway, so we have a really sweet, obviously heavy duty pro chassis going on here, guys. This is there's a lot going on here. A mega amount of adjustment that you can do. Just absolutely wow. There's a ton of adjustment that you can do here. There are, this is a sprung chassis, guys. There are on the back here, there are little springs that I would assume help dampen the chassis. Yes, this is an awesome chassis. So the pod, it's this is sprung. Holy, oh boy, I'm getting excited. I love me. I didn't realize this was the case. I love me a sprung chassis. That's what she said. That's what he said. Ooh, baby. Oh wow. Yeah, this is oh baby. This is very cool. Whoa, there's a lot of wobbly wobblies going on here. There's whoa, oh man. Wow. Yeah, there's side adjustments that you can do on either side. Here, I'll point. You can't really see that. I know, I'm sorry. This is not the best camera. Right there. There's side adjustments you can do. These little tabs back here are where the springs are. And there's all kinds of crazy. Um, there's all kind. Yeah, mum's the word. Yeah, from what I told you of nothing. Um, there's all kinds of adjustment that you could probably do here. And wow, yeah, you can cut the chassis to get even more flex in there. I don't know why you would want it. There's a ton of flex in this chassis. You can't there. You can see it. There's a lot of chassis float. And baby. Um, there is middle up and down adjust, which I haven't seen before, as well as side up and down adjust on these on the front axle. The wow, this is just a cornucopia of tuning delights. Yes, I said a cornucopia of tuning delights. Okay. This is a 22,000 motor at 12 volts. Oh, it has 12. Oh, it's got a fair amount of downforce. 12. Anyone know the estimated street price? Yeah, I think this is like 80 some bucks, maybe $90. We're going to do a tiny bit of adjustment here, or a tiny bit of a lube here. We're not doing any adjustment. I don't know the strictly speaking adjustments. I mean, I'm not going to be doing, hammering this car around the track. So just a couple laps just to enjoy. Baby. Okay, we cool down here? Yes, we cooled down there. That's good. Okay. Yeah, LEB has them for sale. This one was sent to me by Great Traditions. Wait, are these the body screws? Or are those the body? Those are extra body screws. These screws that hold the car down are the same screws that they use to hold the body on the chassis. So bonus, extra body screws. Good job, Scale Auto. That's actually useful use of chassis or of car hold them down screws, whatever you call them. Yeah, I would ask that you all check out Great Traditions, GT Slot Cars, Lakota Collectibles, GTSlotCars.com, Lakota Collectibles, and tell them that you saw it on Slot Car News rather than Cloverleaf in this case, please. In any case, Great Traditions, thank you very much for sending me the car. Let's get this car on the track and stop talking, old fat man. Oh, it looks beautiful. How does it sound? Ah, whoa. Oh, this is Zoomer. You can feel the downforce. This is quiet. Here on Doppler effect. How's it sound, guys? Can you hear it? Springs do not dampen. They store energy and return it. The real dampened chassis would use a lot of... you're working on bringing RC Tech to the... Okay, I stand corrected. I appreciate your contribution and your input. Vigilante RC. This is a fast car. It's a very smooth car, right out of the box, with no truing whatsoever, with no nothing. The gear sounds nice. I mean, definitely you can run this in. This is a very, very smooth car. And the Scale Auto tires are not necessarily the best for my track. NSR rubber is what we will put on next after we do another couple laps, as she is. Oh, getting a little bit of dirt off the tires there. I need to get a little bit of dirt off the tires, I can see. Yes, I do. But oh yeah, definitely these are picked up a lot of dirt really fast. Great runner. Indeed, it's a great runner. This is a car's car. This would be a great place to start. Oh baby, for an LMP type, GTP type class car. Wowzers. This would be a beautiful 24-hour car, I bet. I mean, nothing done to it, and it's so smooth on my tiny little track. Baby. Woo! Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's okay, man. That's okay. Hey, Daniel Thomas. My next door neighbor is Daniel Thomas. Yeah, I appreciate folks. Since Great Traditions sent me this car, I would appreciate if folks could go there. I mean, there are plenty of people that are going to have this car for sale. Of course, the channel sponsor, LEB, does have this car in stock, I believe. Pretty much everybody is going to have this car in stock. It is a car that I think folks are going to buy this car until it's all gone. Where has my little dog gone? People are going to buy this and the number 6 are going to be they're the first two releases in addition to the white car and the white unpainted car, and I'm 100% sure very nice, Vigilante. Yes, baby. That's right. Yeah, I appreciate getting the correct terminology, and I mean I use these as kind of like slang terms, of course, like most people do, or colloquialisms, and I appreciate the information. I always appreciate using the correct words when I can, because words are important. I feel words are important. and getting the right words, all the best words, are really important. Okay, so NSR rubber. Uh, NSR rubber sticks best on my track. There's nothing wrong with the Scale Auto tires, nothing whatsoever. This car has. Does this? I didn't look while I was in there. Look at that. Yes, we have no bananas. Yes, we have no magnet. So this car now has, in theory, let me do a little cleany here. Yeah. Who knows? It's entirely possible. I just returned from Cloverleaf with one. Excellent. Excellent, William. Very cool. Yeah, I'm glad you got one. Nice, no magnet to remove. Yeah, I mean, it's that's what we do here. We don't do magnets. I mean, if I laugh about it and I do make fun of using magnets. I honestly couldn't give three damns if you race a magnet. I don't care. I'm not doing one myself. That's it. Okay, NSR rubber. Yeah, much better. Wow. Yeah, mechanical grip. Bags of forward bite, as the folks from Slot Car Corner say. Forward bite. Oh man. And vigilante. I appreciate that. The thought. Great Cobra. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the thought about bringing springs into suspension, if you will, into slot cars, because I've always found that slot cars with springs in them are much smoother. And I think that's an area where slot cars have not really moved ahead much. They're kind of like, oh man, this is. Sorry. Where the area where slot cars really haven't moved ahead much in technology or in, I don't know what. I feel like there's a lot more that can be done with springs in the slot car world. And I love that this car comes with springs. And the fact that you get that not dampening effect. I don't know. What do I not call it now? Is that something in there? Or is that just. Oh, it's the end of the armature. And armature's got some kind of weird end on it inside the can. I don't know what that is. It's like got a cylinder with little like spikes, little kind of looks like a crown, little top hatty things. Anyway, what am I talking about? Yes, adding in springs. I definitely think. I mean, you can feel the difference. It's quieter. It's just less. It's more and less at the same time. It's more good, less bad. What does that even freaking mean? Shut up. Yeah, and I'm hitting the edge down here. Yeah, I really need them. I will be. I have decided, not because I dislike Polycar track. I love this track. I may switch out. It's an internal cooling fan. Yeah, I love it. I'm probably going to unbox all of the Scale Auto track. I have a whole bunch of Scale Auto track. You can't see it, but I'm pointing to it. Yonder. It's a Pennsylvania word, by the way. No, it's not. I will be laying out a Scale Auto track, seeing what will fit, and I will be taking this track down. Temporarily, at least for this year, probably until next spring, just as an exercise, just to give a little bit of diversity. And quite frankly, because videos where people do track builds get good views. So, yes, there we are. Anyway, pardon me, I'll pull my pants up. Spring are only good for when combined with a good friction dampening system takes movement and converts it into heat energy, and it absorbs all the vibrations. Got it. Yeah, Peter, I'm sure I'm going to love the scale auto track. And like I said, it's not that I dislike this track at all. I just think there's some value in probably changing it up just to show folks how different it is. Back to the car and shut up already. They need to do this chassis with every car, like every car in the world. This is absolutely killer. This, and I know Slotted have done springs and whoever else. I have the Slotted spring kits. I have a couple. What car do I even have it in? I can't even remember. I have it. I have the spring kit in one of my cars. I absolutely love it. This is integrated in the car from day one, from nothing, from word go. You know, like put this in here. Put this in one of my beloved NSXs. Get this thing better. Not that it's bad. Dave says it's bad. No, Dave doesn't say it's bad. Yeah, put the springs in here. I wonder if you can put the spring kit in here. I should probably find out before I go shoot my mouth off, shouldn't I? Anyway, make that chassis setup available for this. And probably they do. Just I don't know about it because I shoot my mouth off before I speak, before I think, before I do something. My God, this is a good car. And this was no tuning. What the heck? What the heck? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I have the Fly Racing F40. The Fly Racing F40, by the way, that's a hell of a car. That's a car. If you don't have a Fly Racing F40 from years ago, buy one. Jesus, that's a nice car. That might be the Slotted one. Might be where my spring was. Dave S says I'm really not into prototypes, or else I'd order one. And you know what, Dave? Neither am I. I think this type of car is a little too generic. I love Porsches, so of course, I mean, I know what the shape is, but like other LMP types, I'm looking for one. I don't even have one out here now. Well, I mean, sort of the RS Spider, but that was years ago. Yeah, I'm not huge into the this is the GTP now they call it. It used to have been a prototype LMP, LMP1, LMP2, whatever you want to call it. I'm not super into this shape of car either. The kind of just cockpit, you know, I don't know. It doesn't really do a lot for me either. And I'll be honest with you. However, yes, I know NSR have spring kits, of course. All the performance companies do. This one comes in the car. That's what the other companies haven't done. This one comes in it, not as an accessory. And you get to see how to put this together. There's a lot of folks that can't figure out how to put those spring kits in. I know it's hard to believe, but trust me. Yeah, this is. I happen to really like this car, and I'm glad that Scale Auto have done it. And frankly, it's one of the most current new cars that anyone has brought to market. So I think that's fantastic. I'm waiting for the Peugeot. That is actually a car shape that I love. The current one, it's very distinct, and I'm thinking that one's going to be a killer because it's not going to have any wing in the back. Believe it or else, that little bit of wing right there in the back of this car adds quite a bit. Now you want the car? Yeah, okay, great. um, the Peugeot doesn't have a wing. It doesn't have the dorsal that's that tall. Believe it or not, that tiny little bit up there, that does add quite a bit of a balance or imbalance to a car. I'm pretty sure when we get that car is going to be the one to look out for. Just going around my track here, this is hitting this actually is hitting the outside of my track down there, the tire barriers, the whole way down there. So that car will have, in theory, a lower, shorter center of gravity, if it's possible to have a shorter center of gravity, a lower center of gravity, I believe, because yes, just even that little tiny bit will change pretty drastically the performance of the car. And baby, it's just such a nice. It is it's a 22,500 RPM motor, Shane. It is not a yeah, I know, Dave. That's no instructions coming. That's a real problem in this industry, where people just kind of assume that everyone can figure things out. And we have video now, and there is zero excuse for companies not doing videos discussing. I mean, there's so many possibilities for videos now where people can do just informative videos about how to set up this or that product. And it doesn't even need to be in a language. You can just show things being assembled, and it's a huge help to people. And, we can't, the slot car folks out there like me and Marty and, Shotgun Dave doing his thing, or whoever. I mean, he doesn't really do like tuning for modern cars. Jim Rose, the tuning stuff that he does. The people that know what they're doing tuning cars. Um, they we Hobbyists can't be relied on to fill that niche in the market. Harry Wise, of course. Sorry, Harry. Harry Wise, of course. But it's just, there's these companies need to step up a little more. They need to either hire people to do this or do it themselves. It needs to be part of what they do. All of these systems, and I'm not just singling these folks out but this car is in my hand. All of these, and you can actually look through you can see me through there. You can look through the chassis and see through these air holes. That's pretty cool. I just noticed that while I was talking. This stuff is way too technical now for there to be no suggestions, for there to be no information. And there is no information coming from the companies about how to set these things up, how to just assemble them. Hey, the piezo tube is backwards. They're not collecting any data with that thing backwards. Look at that. Wait, I'll put it so you see my hat right here, right here, right there, there, there. It's backwards. Not collecting any data. There needs to be more information online. It looks fast. Yeah, it's turned around backwards. Oh, well, that doesn't really matter. The fine detail on this is exquisite, by the way. The tampo printing, and this is printing. It is paint. It's easy if you have experience. 100%. Yes, exactly, Dave. This is a hobby that is not necessarily as newbie friendly as it should be. And that's precisely what I'm talking about, is you're scaring people away from, or you're not, I shouldn't say scaring away. That sounds like you're trying. You're not being as helpful as you possibly could for people who want to buy your stuff, Mr. and Mrs. High-end hobby company. If you make a kit, For God's sake, you got to give us instructions on assembly at a bare minimum with pictures. Like Lego do. It's not. It's like this is not. You don't have to reinvent anything here, guys. And hey, happy Easter to you, Mark, as well. This is not like you're reinventing anything. You don't have to think this out. How do we, how do we make non-lingual, non-language instructions that everyone in the world can understand? If only there was a $1 trillion plastic brick building toy company that we could emulate. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's the biggest toy company in the world, and their tolerances are amazing, and all they do is make bricks, and they have the best instructions literally ever, and there's never missing parts. How do they do that, by the way? I don't know. I love Lego, and so does everybody else. The performance on this car that Great Traditions GT Slot Cars Lakota Collectibles sent me, by the way, they do, yes, Revo Slot do a good job with that. They do a good job. They have the exploded parts, that sort of thing. It could be better. It can always be better, right? Right. This car, not only is it fast AF, is it smooth AF. There are no blemishes to be found literally anywhere on this. All of the tampo printing is perfect. It is all, I'm just looking over here, see if there's any blemishes anywhere. There is no orange peel, like lumpy paint, anywhere on the car. It is exquisitely painted. All of the fine detail is perfectly printed. Tire dirt. There's nothing out of register anywhere. And as small as you want to look, my battery's doing okay. As small as you want to look, hey Chris, every bit of printing is perfect and opaque. Finish is perfect. Even on the back, where there's a tiny little light bar going across here, which you never will be able to see on this reasonably low resolution camera, there is a light bar which is clear red or translucent red, and it says Porsche on it. I believe. Boy, can I not read that? Whew. Even that's printed and it looks perfect. So what you have here is a car that is as fast as it looks good. It's just buy one. I mean, if you're not into this style of body, trust me, I get it. I mean, my personal first choice for a GT car or a car with this kind of, highest level of quality chassis and quality build and everything, would be a GT3 car, just because I like GT3 stuff a little better. But having said that, I'll be honest though with you, the Peugeot that's coming, I do love the way that car looks. So yeah, I'm talking out of both sides of my butt here. Yes, my butt has two anyway. Yeah, so there we are. Great Tradition sent me this car. GTslotcars.com. Woo, there's some cold water. Okay. Slot Car League of Champions question: your thoughts on screw down bodies or magnets holding body parts on? I did see your question about this. I guess it was maybe that Marty stream. I have done this. I use I have a resin Porsche that was from Resilient Resins that I helped get the body made years and years ago. It's a little F1. It's a tiny little cigar car, and it was the car, I think the Gurney race one. Um, I have I used a magnet, a small magnet, to hold the back of the body down, and I put a tongue and kind of a bar going across. So the when you put the body on, you kind of slide it in, and then the back of the body snaps down, and that's how it's held in. Yeah, I mean it works. Um, I had, I think I used the Ninco round magnet. It was a round magnet that I used, I think, and it was not a neo. I don't think it was a neodymium magnet. All the magnets that we have in the slot car world now are these crazy strong uh, magnets that are this round magnet that I just stuck there, which I'll put it on my hat so you can. I mean, everyone knows what the round magnet looks like, right? Yeah, Ninco was some of the great stuff. I loved Ninco's cars. Um, Neodymium, I think all of which comes from China, by the way, unfortunately. It's a very strong magnet that is used. I put it on my cheek. There's a lot of surface area there. Um, uh, the problem is it does a lot of pull, and I didn't really need that much pull to hold the body on the car. Um, I mean, I would think, uh, I don't know. I would think this might be overkill. You could use maybe a slotted bar magnet. They're pretty little to hold the body on. But yeah, I mean, sure, why not use a magnet? See, the cool thing is, well, you say, Dave, what the hell are you talking about? It's a plastic body. You're talking out your butt. You're not going to be able to hold the plastic body down with a magnet. Well, ho, you're wrong, sir. What you do is Carrera have these nice little shims that they give you in literally every car that unfortunately they sell with every car is a magnet. There's a little shim in there, I believe, still, and you glue one side of this down with some rubber cement. Walther's Goo is what I suggest. That's what I buy. GOO Walthers. It's a hobby company. They make a lot of train stuff. I have a tube of the stuff. Do I even have it here? No, I don't have it here. Um, Glue this tiny little piece of metal in the car. Snap it down. There you go. Because you can glue a magnet in a car on the body somewhere. Make a little post that comes down out of plastic, and that will attract it. And there you go. You made your body mount. There you go. Yeah. There you go. That's basically what I did with the Formula One car. Was I just made a little tiny body mount, and yeah, and just snap that bad boy down. Any slot car leagues in the Philly area? Yes. So Great Traditions GT slot cars have a Shugu. There you go, Philip. Great Traditions GT slot cars do have a regular series, and then there's New Jersey guys that race. Yeah, so there's folks in the New Jersey area. I would suggest you look on join a group like Home Racing World on Facebook, or Slot Car Misfits of all scales. They do. Join a fairly large slot car group and ask there on Facebook. There's a fair amount of them in the Philly area. Mm-mm-mm. Gotta love them water. Yeah. Oh, let me while I am here. Yeah, Velcro works well also for cars. Um, let me find this car on their site so I can give you the direct link. Skill Auto. Oh man, there's many pages here. Do you not have a car on yet? I'd be shocked if they didn't have this car on right now. Uh-oh. Are you kidding me? Damn. They don't have this car listed. Well, copy. Not listed yet. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Go to that link. They are not normally the sponsor of content on this channel. LEB is. Great Traditions and I have been friends for, I mean, as long as I've been friends with LEB. I know it's not a competition, but you know, I mean, sales for sure matter to folks who are selling slot cars. What can I say? They are, they're all great folks. GT slot cars, Great Tradition sent me this car. If you go there, tell them Dave sent you. I would definitely appreciate that because, you know, they put themselves out the cost of this car, and this one ain't going back, folks. this one's going in the Poiminute collection because this is beautiful. Yes. Look at there's a lot of body movement here. Wow. You can't see that on there. Yeah, you can, sort of. Yes, Jeff. Instructions on the box with Scale Auto does provide comprehensive breakdown data sheet for every car they do produce. Yes. The problem is this is where this is where the rubber meets the road. There's nothing here. Unless I'm wrong. Well, could I be wrong? I could definitely be wrong. Is it under here? I don't think it is. No. And there you go. There's nothing under here. There's nothing under here. You know what you don't do? You don't leave open marketing space on packaging. When I'd worked for, sit back, friends and neighbors. When I worked for slot car companies, and I've worked for 3. Oh God, here he goes again. This is almost a crime to leave open space on something that's printed. But Dave, you say, it's going to cost money. No, it doesn't cost money. You know what it costs? It costs information. It costs you money not to put information every single place you can put it. Is this maybe a generic sheet that they put on literally every car and they have 10 million of them and they don't want to print special sheets for every single car in the bottom of the chassis? Probably yes. Okay. You don't want to have the possibility of there being a space where you could do more marketing, where you could do more upselling, where you could have a list of parts that are on this car, where you could have a list of upgrades like Revo Slot and BRM do. Thank you, yes, for pointing that out in the comments. Revo doing the right thing, BRM doing the right thing. It's really, really easy. He almost spilled your beer. Yes. You toss the sheet. Yeah, exactly. You toss the sheet. That's a crime. That's a marketing crime. You talk about tire crimes. This is a marketing crime. There needs to be a parts sheet, unless in this tiny little baggie, there is a parts sheet. No, in this tiny little baggie, there is 2 grub screws. Jesus, God, that must have cost so much money to add that. The 2 tiny little, whatever they are, M2 point something. Slot car gospel. Well, I mean, come on. How is this so hard? How is this? It's not hard. It's not. This is what you find out when you come from journalism and you go and you have no background in business and you go into business and you're all nervous about being in business and you don't have a business degree and you have an art degree. And yes, a scan code. There you go. Even a QR code. Thank you. That's the easiest possible way. They just take you to the page for each car. Done. You go into business like I did, years ago, and you're like, oh no, I don't really know how to do business. You find out really freaking quick when you're in. Certainly, when I was in the toy business for more than a decade, most folks don't really know what they're doing. It's a lot of bluster. It's a lot of, oh, why didn't you do that? When they don't really know the products they're selling. I talked about this one night when I had done some support calls to people. Yes, I still do consumer calls, and you just there's just so little information that gets out there, and the people by and large that work at these companies, not the hobbyist companies, they know what they're talking about, they know what they're doing, but people just don't know what they're selling. They don't know how to use it, they don't know how to service it, they barely know how to sell it as the product that it is. It's just, anyway, get me off on a rant. I'll do that in my next video, my next editorial. I need some more water. Yes. Gospel, Slakar gospel, exactly. Yes, and all. I keep picking up the damn thing backwards. And all it would take would be a QR code. You're not wrong. There you go. That's what it could be, is a QR code. We're just highlighting this car today. We're going to drive it more. Oh, it's so quiet. It's so fast. That's what she said. Oh, I did send out pictures to folks that asked. I do have a few cars for sale. I've sent out pictures to a couple different people. So if you're interested in some cars, let me know soon. And I will, I'll get the cars. I'll probably box them up Monday. Probably not tomorrow. No 124 scale, no scale auto cars, no Revo slot cars for sale. Yeah, this car is definitely hitting the barriers going around there. It's bumping on the outsides as it's going around. Clear blue headlight bezels on the front. Here you go. Blah, blah, blah. Pet peeve of mine is when companies assume with their instructions. Exactly, Brian. And there you go. You're the prime example of this, Brian, because you're new, right? And you know, they're not doing you any favors by not helping you out, even with basic stuff. You can't assume. Cheers, Chris. Cheers, I appreciate that. You can't assume that people even know basics of things, and that's not to say, and that is not to say that you're stupid for not knowing something in a hobby you just got into. Christ. You can't assume anything. You shouldn't assume anything. Exactly. Mark Corman makes the point. It's one side. There's two sides to the freaking paper. Put anything there to take people to a general tuning page. Anything. Come on, guys. Jesus, mother of Joseph. What are you thinking? Not having, oh my God, it's so freaking frustrating. And then when you hire, like, that's why I got hired by the companies, was to talk to people about, how to tune things or how to fix things or marketing. And then, like they don't want to support the idea of having parts. They don't want to support having all of this technical things available. It's like they hide this stuff, and it's freaking infuriating. It really is. And they sell so much of this stuff. The toy companies do sell so much of it, and there's nearly no information about basic track maintenance, about how to put things together. I started the Carrera USA YouTube channel that, they hardly have any viewers now because they haven't maintained it. But all of the stuff explaining how to do digital stuff, all of the initial stuff. That's all my videos that I did right here on this table when I first started at the company. Right? I mean, I didn't have any lights or anything, and this is like that was all my videos. All my videos have gotten tens of thousands of views on the Carrera of America YouTube channel about how to do the set all of the basic functions of the control unit. As soon as that came out, I got one and took it to Bruce Yingling's house in southern PA, and and we did videos about how to program stuff and about how to use all the different accessories and things like that. There was no information anywhere that for videos that people could see this stuff. It's just freaking infuriating. And there still is very scant information. I mean, there needs to be more, and because you get new people in all the time, and it's so hard for people to find information even still. Jesus, this is a good car. I like the front end decoration specifically because it's kind of like an arrowhead with the color, with the white. So it really, you love my passion. You see, this is what gets me into trouble is that I tend to take these things personally because anyway, yes, I thank you. the passion gets me in trouble. Especially in board meetings where they don't want to hear how wrong they are. Jesus, God, keep your mouth shut. What was I saying? The decoration on this car really helps you keep an eye on it because the white on the nose, I don't know, orienting it kind of like an arrowhead like that. I know there's a reason for that, and they're just replicating the real car. But this livery specifically, it's nice to have a very clear idea where the nose of this car is, I think. I like that. Yeah, my passion gets me laid off. Well, they've all heard it, man. When's the new the black box? Okay, League of Legends. Okay, question. Pro X came out in 2004. Okay, Pro X was an externally licensed, externally developed digital system that Carrera used initially for digital. Okay, so after that, the digital 132 system came out, as you say, in 2007. That is the same system that came out in 2007. There is precious little, and I did it again, there is precious little difference. There have been some minor firmware upgrades, and I know people are going to jump down my throat about this. Digital 132 is digital 132. It has not changed, essentially, since it was released in 2007, as you call it. It came out right before I started at the company. And the black box was the first iteration of that. Technically the same black box. Hell no, it wasn't the same. Anyway, so there's no new system since then, technically. There have been parts that have been added to that system that make you think that it's changed, but the digital 132 operating system itself has not changed. You can use that black box. I think I even have one up here. Do I still? I have a lot of garbage up here, unfortunately, I need to get rid of. Here's an old power supply, or power lap timer, electronic lap fan. Shit. I really thought I had a black box still here somewhere. Anyway, there's right. What you can't see right here is a huge. I could turn it. No, I'm not going to turn it. The digital 132 system hasn't changed. They went from the black box to the control unit, which has much more different kinds of functions. So some of the functionality has changed. Some of the The programmability has changed, but the basic operating system is still the same operating system. It's still 6 cars. It's still a single through the rails. It's still blah, 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 blah. It's still all of that stuff. They've added things into it, not many, since the control unit and all of that whole system was started. There's been very little change to it, though. I mean, there have been minor changes. I don't really consider it a change. It is still digital 132. It is not a second version of it or whatever. I mean, there are builds of firmware, but it is not like 2.0 where it's not reverse compatible. It is the same system. And there's not a lot of people that will come out and clearly say that. I really don't know why, but it's the case. It is the same system. If it was, I don't know what, but not called digital 132, digital 124, digital 143, all of those are basically the same system. You can run digital 143 cars on a digital 132 track. You can. Anyway, so there we are. That's maybe more than you wanted to know, but that's the case. So there we are. Anyway, what else is going on here? They're afraid of internet eyes stealing a design if they post technical data. Yeah, I don't really think so. It's simple, wireless direct to the car. The advanced system goes directly to the car. Does it? I didn't realize the advanced system did that it was a 2.4 gig direct to the car. The oxygen system is great. The problem is it's not a plug and play system. Digital racing is certainly in the US, and I frankly think everywhere, with very few exceptions. It's a very plug and play type of a market. So you can't expect people to do wiring and things like that. It's not, I should put this better. People who are more likely to do digital are less likely to know how to solder, less likely to want to do performance adjustments on cars, less likely to need a crazy amount of control on things. No data through the rails, can do all 9 cars. Okay, great. I didn't know that, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, I've kind of lost track of the SCX system. It's yeah. Anyway, yeah. So the oxygen system is a great system that I do kind of wish would catch on, and you can run it on any digital full power system like Carrera or Scalextric, because it just pulls power from the track to the car, and then the car is controlled as Mike said. It's the car is controlled wirelessly, 2.4 giglessly through the. That's not what I know. It's not through the wirelessly from the controller directly to the car with an antenna. So it's not the signal doesn't go through the rails as it does with Carrera and with Scalextric. So there you go. Digital is 100% more plug and play. Hey, Dahi, thanks, and possibly Sasha, thanks for showing up. I really appreciate, and folks should. I really appreciate the being on your podcast the other day, and folks should go look at that podcast. I don't have, just not cheap, unfortunately. Hey, Sasha, cheers. And as I said at the end of my one video about how people were dumping on RevoSlot for having to tune a car, gasp, when you bought a car, you buy a hobbyist car and you expect it to be perfect right out of the box. Do you have a screw loose? Are you that lazy? Do you need to have your hand held when you walk across the street? These questions and more will be answered at 6:00 tonight on the evening news. No, they won't. If you buy a hobbyist car, you should expect to tune the damn car. If Sasha can do it, if an 8-year-old can do it, you should be able to do it. Anyway, There we are. Good enough. Good enough, guys. Learn to tune your damn car. They are assembled at the factory. They are not tuned at the factory. Thank you. Yes. Revosat is going to make a Camaro and a Mustang. Well, they make them for BRM, so I am not surprised. Hopefully, they make better models this time because the Mustang, the nose on the Mustang is pretty atrocious, and the body on the Camaro, is okay, but the nose on the Mustang's pretty terrible. It just is. Sorry. There we are. Basic tuning. Hello, tuning. Hello, Moon Doggy. Moon Doggy, you're late from my my rant, my screed, my call for everyone to buy a scale auto car. Every track handles differently. You might have to set up for that track. Exactly. And the cars are not set up when you get them. They are assembled when you get them. Now, that's the thing with a car like this from Carrera. It's a beautiful car, by the way. This is assembled, and it's to such tight tolerances that there's no tuning really needed on this car, right? So that's why this is great for beginners, acceptable for hobbyists. If you like the car, you're going to buy the car. You don't take my advice or whatever. If you don't like the car, you think, I don't like a Carrera car. I'm not going to buy that car. It's a beautiful car. You can have a lot of fun playing with this toy car. And for the average person out there, it's an absolutely amazing car to buy, and it give you good value for money as a play item. And you don't have to worry about tuning the thing. You take this out of the box, you throw it on the track, and it's perfect. That's all I did with this car. Perfect meaning it works well. Not that it's the fastest car in the world. This car is made for a hobbyist. You're expected to tune the thing. You're not expected to just take it out of the box and immediately throw it on the track, having done nothing to it. It's a different thing. It just, you don't buy a can of sauce, or a dried pasta, onions, peppers, garlic, olive oil, and oregano, and red pepper at the grocery store and put it on a table and expect just to have the pasta, have the spaghetti work for you, right? You gotta make it, or you buy the Chef Boyardee. This is a Chef Boyardee. There you go. See, I'm an eater, so I like to talk about food. You see, that's the everyman's car. This is the main meal right there, right? All the hobbyist brands. This is all of the ingredients assembled. You got to cook it. There we go. I'm analogizing here. What's going on? Where'd y'all go? It's back to the beginning. Is it really? What? Stouffer's lasagna. Make it from scratch. Exactly. Now you want spaghetti. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I haven't. We had awesome. We talk about food for a second because I'm going to sit down for this because, my chunky man. We had great ham dinner this afternoon my nephew made for us. And he smoked ham, and it was candied with, I don't know what, maybe in its own juices. I think it was a spiral cut. And I managed to fish out from the big cut up pile of ham. That was a terrible analogy, but thank you very much for being so charitable. I managed to fish out all the burnt ends. I do like me some burnt end meat. And oh my God, this ham, it was still soft with a little bit of crunch on the very edge of the burnt end. Oh man, I'm telling you. They haven't produced a Camaro and a Mustang for a while. Yes, you're right. They have not. And yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, they make great cars. I love BRM's cars. The championship that I have is one of them is BRM, and the other actually is Scale Auto. With where's that body, by the way? Yes, I'm wearing flip flops. Oh, where's the body? It was a 6-hour endurance race. And I cannot find. Where's the body? I have the body somewhere still. And the car we actually raced is damaged, also still around somewhere. I don't know where it is. It was the Porsche RSR. It was their first, and the BRM was the other both 124 scale championships. Anyway, beautiful car. I sent folks a link to that. 1 hour and 10 minutes. So that is my email. I do have a couple cars for sale. Not a whole lot. I did send out some pictures. If you email me, I will bounce you back photos of the cars that I do have for sale. I don't have too many cars for sale. You have flip flops on too. Yeah, it's nice and cool down. It's chilly down here in the garage, but it's I kind of like it down here now. I don't have any Revo slots. I don't have any scale autos. I don't have any 124 scale cars. Do I for sale? No. Anyway, so yeah, sorry, nothing too crazy like that for sale. But if you'd like to know what I have for sale, just shoot me an email. Don't spend too much. Yeah, exactly. I do have a Polycar power supply that I probably will put on this thing and turn it down because it does say 12 volts, and I might have been giving it too much voltage. The little light here that you actually can't see now from. And Boone, very cool. Yeah, Boone does. I mean, the stuff that Boone does is absolutely exquisite. He has a really, really great channel. Awesome stuff. I wish I had half of his talent. Yeah, good stuff. This is where we are going to wrap it up, folks. I do really appreciate it. I will, just because I will give you my coffee. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so for as little as $5 a month. Donation. Go to that and leave a tip once, or $5 if you want to. And you can subscribe, like I said, and it's an ongoing thing, and it just helps me kind of keep going on my videos and stuff. I think I probably will do a live stream tomorrow as well, because I have another box from Skelectric that I have to open, and it's a big box. So I will do another live stream tomorrow, I think, unless I don't feel very well. But hopefully I will be feeling pretty good. I feel pretty good right now. I have a condition. It's an autoimmune condition, and I'm getting my second treatment of a year of treatments on Monday. So I probably won't be doing anything on Monday because I don't know how I'm going to feel after my treatment. It's a blood infusion thing that I get. Anyway, so yeah, there we are. And like I said, if you want to shoot me a tip or subscribe, it definitely helps. I am feeling pretty good, and I am definitely excited about feeling like I can do much more content because I have more energy and don't feel so bad all the time, quite frankly. And I really appreciate all the comments and the support here that I've gotten on the channel. It really means quite a bit. See you all again very, very soon. Thanks again to Great Traditions for the beautiful car. There you go. Thanks, everybody. See you all again real soon.